Hi, my name is Nur Batrisha binti Nordin and I am from AM226-4B. According to Maslow 1943, there are two important elements in developing a nation, which is safety and security of the country. As we know, every people have the right to have safety and security at their place. This is why urban security is important, especially in developing countries. Malaysia is one of the examples of countries that are developing. When people in the country feel safe and their security are being guarded, they will increase the economic growth of the country. This is because the tourists that come to the country will feel safe. Urban security consists of many things or action that can bring danger to the people. For example, stealing, robbery, human trafficking, and theft. Sustainable development goals also take serious of security and safety of the people. 11th point of sustainable development goal is make cities inclusive, safe, resilient, and increase economic growth of the country. This shows that safety of the people should be the main concern of the government. When the people are feeling safe and there is nothing that can bring them danger, so this will attract tourists to come to the country to work, studies, and many more. This is why there are many migrants that come to Malaysia to stay in Malaysia because they feel that Malaysia are safe. This action at the same time will be able to increase the economy of the country. This is because when there is a lot of people that come to Malaysia, the ringgit Malaysia will increase. This will lead to investors attracted to invest at the country.
And hi, my name is Kunor Agini binti Keputih and I am from AM2264B. The first issue is human trafficking. Human trafficking can be defined as an act of recruitment, which means an action of abduction or trade of force and forced labor. According to United Nations, human trafficking is an act of illegal recruitment, transportation and transfer people against their will by using force and fraud to gain profit through exploiting them. No matter who you are, your age, your gender, anyone could be a victim of this crime, as some of them are being coerced and tricked from the fake promise of getting an opportunities of education and employment. This has made many people all around the world are living in the dark as they are threatened from the violation of human trafficking. Malaysia are also not excluded from this crime, as the Council for Anti-Trafficking in Persons and Anti-Smuggling of Migrants has stated that about 1,854 cases of human trafficking was reported from 2015 to June 2021, which lead to the arrested of 2,732 people who are connected to the cases.
The second issue is vandalism, which is an action which involves a destruction or damage of property. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, vandalism can be defined as an act of willful or malicious destruction of property towards the public or private property. In Malaysia, vandalism can be seen through various places such as bus stops, bus station, public toilet, billboards, building walls and public facilities in parks.
As the property has been damaged, it is hard to build a public infrastructure and society cannot use these facilities when needed. This immoral act needs to curb as the crime will bring loss towards our country, where we need to repair back the broken property that has been disrupted. Through this act, it will bring bad perspective from foreigners to visit Malaysia, as the facilities needed are not provided. However, some of the vandalism act has been turned into a mural that can attract visitors to visit the place. For example, the street art in Penang that was established in 2012 has made a mural on the building walls as an art. Even though it is great to make a mural on the building walls, some of the vandalists still has an audacity to ruin the mural by vandalize the art.
My name is Amira Akilah binti Suhaimi. Statista Research Department published the article on August 3, 2021. Around 25,538 victims of human trafficking were identified in Africa in 2020. This figure was substantially higher in South and Central Asia, where more than 45,000 victims of human trafficking were found. Previously, human trafficking claimed the life of 109,216 people globally in 2020. Although this is nearly 10,000 fewer than the previous year, the number of human trafficking victims has risen dramatically over the last decade. Despite increased global attention and resources from governments and non-governmental organizations, the number of people who are victims of human trafficking intends to rise. Between 2008 and 2019, the number of human trafficking victims recognized worldwide more than tripled, from 30,961 to 105,787 on average. According to Datuk Seri Hamzah Zainuddin, the Minister of Home Affairs, they will continuously tightening the activities by Anti-Human Trafficking and Anti-Smuggling of Migrants Council. The Minister also informed the House that a total of 1,915 incidents of human trafficking and 1,052 cases of migrant smuggling have been reported since 2015, with 734 convictions achieved and a total of 11,942 victims rescued and grant protections. Earlier economic and unemployment crisis has promoted to human trafficking. In average, 50% of victims were trafficked for sexual exploitation, 38% for forced labor, 6% for forced criminal behavior, and more than 1% for begging. When it comes to exploitation, the commercial value attributed to victims is higher. There have been cases where victims have been sold for as much as $25,000, equal to RM1,005,425, individually in nations where they would be victimized. Despite a brief interruption in the mid-2000s, property crime index crime statistics for older juveniles and young adults have been progressively declining since the mid-1990s. In the recent decade, rates for older juveniles have decreased by 68%, 61% for young adults ages 18 to 20, and 43% for young adults ages 21 to 24 by 2018. Property crime index arrest rates for each age group had fallen to their records low ever since at least 1980. According to Chief Statistician Muhammad Uzair Mahidin, violent and property crime cases declined by 21.4% in 2020 to 65,623 from 83,456 the previous year.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Shuhaila binti Abdul Salim and I will talk about challenges of urban security in Malaysia. The fight against human trafficking in Malaysia is an endless battle. The country is considered as a destination, resources and transit spot for human trafficking, and its consequences have been severely affected by this crime. This is because of the shortage of manpower and expertise is severe in all Malaysian enforcement agencies. The task to handle cases of human trafficking is an additional job scope that has increased their responsibilities. Plus, human trafficking cases require different procedures as compared to their normal job scope. We can see example in Sabah where the enforcement agency does not have enough specific unit to handle the human trafficking cases. They have to contact specialized unit at Putrajaya when they require assistance from the expert. Therefore, we can see that the challenges of human trafficking in urban security can be combated if there are specialized units to handle this issue. Cases of vandalism are increasing nowadays due to the lack of heavy enforcement against perpetrators. Therefore, they become more and more fun to do the act without thinking the punishment that they will be faced. Bylaws on vandalism enforced by various local authorities are not sufficient enough to address the problems. In addition, perpetrators are punished under Section 4 to 7 of the Penal Code, which provide that anyone who commits damage causing loss of Rm25 and above can be punished with between 1 to 5 years in jail or with a fine or both. For example, in Kuantan, Pahang, there is a vandalism cases where the people stole 150 ornamental flowers from a street in the city, which has been estimated to lose 50,000 ringgit a year.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Muhammad Syakib bin Samsul, and I'm going to talk about the recommendation on the challenges. The first recommendation is by strengthening the law. Since there is no severe punishment for the vandalism offenders, the government can do something on the law where the personnel of the involved ministry amending the new law on this particular crime. In addition, as for a foreigner, vandalism could portray the image of the country, which most of the citizens of that country are not individually well disciplined, and it will give the bad reputation towards our society, where in the real sense it was conveyed by the well-behaved society that are in line with our culture. Therefore, by tightening the existed law, such as increasing fines, it can significantly reduce the crime regarding with this matter. To be added, increasing the fines has its relevancy because the damage that has been done will reflect the negative impact towards the image of local society. The second suggestion is distribute the manpower and expertise of the enforcement agencies efficiently. The main urban area has always been the main attraction for the tourists, whether local people or foreigner, especially on the capital city of that country like Kuala Lumpur, as it provides a good commercial place, being the major transport hub where it handles the international and domestic visitors and have many headquarters for local or foreign corporate organizations. Therefore, the government needs to give the attention to this urban area, as the urban crime such as human trafficking could be happen because of the many types of people are there and will attract the human trafficking offenders targeting the tourists around the city.
So now, we will talk about the role of government, local municipal council and society toward the issue of human trafficking and vandalism. Firstly, it's about the issue of human trafficking. So, the role of government is to prevent this human trafficking from become more widespread and protect the people before become victim of this crime. Government has enacted a law which is Anti-Trafficking in Person and Anti-Smuggling of the Migrant Act 2007, which under this act, there is council to combat the human trafficking crime, such as Council for Anti-Trafficking in Person and Anti-Smuggling of the Migrant MAPO. It is to in line with the UN protocol that targeted to curb the human trafficking at all levels. Then, society also play an important role to prevent this human trafficking, which they can report human trafficking activity to the MAPO, through the hotline call, or send email to MAPO, or report through the MAPO chatbot application. So, if all the society cooperate to give the information by report this crime, it will make the government easy to curb this crime from happen, because if not, it will show the level of our security is weak. Next, we will focus on issue of vandalism. Vandalism can be seen as the serious crime where it has damaged and destroyed the public facility. So, everyone has their own role in order to prevent this vandalism from happen. which local municipal council can take action to the people that doing the vandalism in their area. For example, local municipal council can charge under the Vandalism Bylaw 1992 at 171, and action can be taken for the people that breach this law, such as do the painting, marking, damaging the public property, and patching without get the consent by the authorities. It is because local municipal council has a power to fine not more than the 1,000 or imprisonment not exceeding 6 months, or it can be charged for the both if the person is found guilty. It is because this vandalism crime will spend a lot of maintenance costs to the municipal council to repair all the effect of vandalism. Moreover, society also has to play an important role to curb the issue of vandalism, which they can report to the authority if they see or have evidence about the vandalism, because it can help the authority to take action to that person. So now we will know about the role of the government, local municipal council and the society to curb this issue of vandalism and human trafficking.
The issues that can be concluded from our topic in Kuala Lumpur City Centre urban security is that urban security should be taken seriously by the government, especially to make sure that the people are feeling safe. Urban security and urban tourism cannot be separated because they need one another to stand together. We are focusing on Kuala Lumpur City Centre because it has become the main attraction to the people that come to Malaysia. That is why the government are taken seriously towards the tourism sector, especially during this pandemic, because the tourism sector cannot be operated. The government also have provided certain amount of money for the tourism sector to build up again their business. This is also to increase their security. This will also build the cooperation among the authorities and the citizens. Finally, the image of the country will be managed well